Hey guys, so we're back again. I'm doing 3 consecutive videos. Probably going to keep them separate though. Already sterilized my hands. Today we're going to be doing swab transfers. Okay, on to agar, which is what we shall be doing. Again, we're going to need an X-Acto knife, rubbing alcohol, lighter for sterilization, pin to mark your plates, identify them. Okay? I should have brought some tape with me. Unfortunately, I didn't. I can do that later. It doesn't need to be part of the video. So, go ahead and undo all this. Sometimes these are a pain to undo. I will be quite honest. Here we go. Alrighty. So, we have this agar dish. Now this is an old agar dish that didn't take when I swabbed it. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing the tuck method. Okay, the swab method does work. Sometimes the tuck method is required. I have noticed. So, swab, knife, flame, sterile, sterile, sterile. Okay, take the lid off, and you'll see the black right on the end of the swab. What you're going to do is you're going to take the end of this knife and you are going to start just tearing away at that piece. The black spores that are on the swab, you want to try to cut that out. Okay? And then, this is pretty much toast. I'm not going to get any more out of it, so I'm fine setting it down. Normally you wouldn't want to set it down, but this is gone now. So it's trash. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to tuck it under the agar in a couple different places in hopes that it comes off and kind of plants down in there. Alright, now these swab transfers are notorious for contaminating. What you want is a smooth insert. You want to be able to pull that blade out and it just stay in there. See, I had to do it about 6 times. For all I know, I might have just introduced something to it. Didn't mean to, but the cool thing about working with agar is you can always transfer it out, like I've shown you in previous videos, to outrace that contamination and save your genetics. This is just a starting point. Spores, notorious for contaminating. They usually have been in open air. Update the date on that one. Alright. Now, you're going to do the same with the other. I will tell you both of these swabs are being tossed after today, so I'm not worried about saving them. Wipe, wipe. we're sterile. I will probably edit some of that because I know you guys don't want to just sit there and watch me do all that. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. Didn't mean to get that much, but this is what we're doing, I guess. There we go. And why we tuck it and bury it down under instead of just setting it on there is the mycelium will grow up. Usually the bacteria will grow where it's at. That's what I've noticed. There's something called the sandwich method. If you get a lot of contamination and you want to save it, what you can do is you can pour fresh agar, sterile agar, on top of your already poured plate that has contamination on it, in hopes that the mycelium will grow up through the agar and leave the contamination behind. And then you can take top samples to save it. Alrighty, mark it, of course. And that is the conclusion for our day today.